Hello, it's a me, Arachno. I don't really have any specific plans for today. I just want to stream and play Stream Raiders. So let's get right to it, I guess. Well, hang on one sec. You gotta let me do this really quick. I also wanted to play a game called Suika Game. I'm sure you may have heard of it. It's a game where you drop fruit and make bigger fruit. You've probably heard of it, though. Apparently, I can play it right on my computer. Right now, right here, right as we speak. But first, oh my god, we're in a new event. It's called Swords and Sweetery. Limited time only, ends in 3 days and 14 hours. Giants invaded the candy court. They took over the land and are kidnapping candy people to serve them as food during the Archduke's birthday party. Well, why not just let them get kidnapped and serve the food? They are candy people, after all. Earn event tokens by winning battles. Higher leaderboard ranking means more tokens. Boss battles, more tokens. Event tokens unlock rewards. Buy the battle pass to unlock a 4th captain slot. Exclusive event skins, epic transformer skin, legendary scrolls, event badges, blah blah blah. Cool stuff. We're still playing whatever this is. This isn't Swords and Sweetery, it's just shadow stuff. A shadow brigade with an empowering flag bearer at the helm. I think we can do it. I'm gonna put the War Beast out, though, because I'm not really expecting there to be anyone. I keep anticipating that I'm going to be playing by myself. I just have to assume that. And that's okay. If I can win by myself, I am totally for that. But if anyone can help me and we win, I appreciate the help. Nobody has to play. Nobody is obligated to play Stream Raiders with me. But the help is always loved. So, figure I start here, though. I want to upgrade more of my things. Everything that's not at level 30 will get an upgrade. That can get an upgrade. Cetus Warbeast is at level 22 right now. Legendary big base melee. Unit that reduces nearby enemy attack power by 40% and deals twice damage to monster. The terrifying Warbeast presence reduces even more damage. Stab has 50% damage versus Armored Slayer. Double damage to monsters. Terrifying presence SP improves intimidating presence by 20%. Make that a level 23 Cetus Warbeast. That's totally interesting. Let's put the Cyberclad Orc Slayer that is a legendary human armored unit with AoE attacks that deals 2 times damage to orcs. Slash attacks deal damage to all enemies within reach. Guarded 60% resistance versus range. Avenger deals double damage to orcs. Let's bring it to a level 17. Let's bring a Necromancer, which summons undead melee skeleton warriors from corpses. Necromancy consumes a corpse to summon an undead. Level 10 Skeleton Thrall can summon up to 8 thralls. Wow. Let's bring it up to level 14. Wow, we've already cleared up this whole bottom row. Actually, we have to do the Specialty Templar. Knight Templar. The Knight Templar deals even more damage to undead. Duelist Templar deals more damage to armored units. The Grand Templar's aura has a wider range. So what do I want? Knight Templar, Duelist Templar, or Grand Templar? Let's start with the Duelist, okay? Now, everything on the bottom row has been upgraded once. Now let's upgrade our Warlock that conjures elemental armored side reels to hex enemies and to fight for them. Let's bring that to a level 9. Orb side reel summons a side reel spirit on the enemy, hexing them. Hexed units get 50% or minus 50% movement speed and minus 20%. Now, why did I disconnect? My stream was running quite alright up till now. Whatever. I don't suppose anyone heard what I said about a warlock, so I'll just reread everything. A human support summoner that conjures elemental armored side reels to hex enemies and to fight for them. Next milestone, level 10. Orb side reel summons a side reel spirit on the enemy, hexing them. Hexed units get minus 50% movement speed and minus 30% attack speed for 13 seconds. Summon Meteor Side Reel on every 4th action instead of summoning an Orb Side Reel. They summon an Elemental Armor Meteor Side Reel. It lands on the enemy and deals damage and hexes every enemy nearby when summoned. Okay, now that that is at level 9, let's bring our Balloon Buster, a slaying Balloon Buster, a flying robot assassin. It looks for the big enemies and buildings to take them down. The slaying Balloon Buster deals more damage to big enemies. Let's bring this to level 22. Blast deals 100 splash damage on death. Robot cannot be healed, immune to maim. Demolition plus 50% damage versus buildings. Slayer SP has 100% damage versus big. No soul. Level 22, there we go. Gold circuitry drone balloon buster. Now for our rapid dice tower artillery. A legendary human range unit that fires explosive shells from long range, dealing 2 times damage to epic and boss units. Next milestone, 30%. The rapid artillery fires at a faster rate. Who placed a unit? Pobre, you're back. Welcome back, Pobre _Tipo. I appreciate seeing ya. Explosive Blast. Attack deals 35 bonus splash damage. Demolition plus 50% damage versus buildings. Rapid Fire SP. Attack speed improved by 3 seconds. Right now it's at level 22. Let's keep it at level 22 then. The Great Wizard Jerry Skin. An Ember Mage, a legendary human ranged unit that ignites, fires, and deals twice damage against shadow enemies. The Ember Mage's fires burn longer. Flame Arrow, projectile deals damage and starts a fire. Fire deals 5 DPS to units that touch it and lasts 5 seconds. Point has plus 85% damage to versus melee. Ember Arrow SP. Improves flame arrow ability, making fires last 30 seconds. Cool. Now that's at level 22. Everything on the bottom 2 rows is upgraded. Fortunately, I can't upgrade anything on the 3rd row. I haven't gotten enough scrolls. So let's upgrade our Shinobi. A human assassin that teleport attacks a nearby range or support enemies. Shinobis are untargetable with no enemies nearby. Next milestone, level 20. Godly stealth technique. Becomes untargetable if no enemies are nearby. Flash step teleports toward a target and attack teleport range is 9. Now we're up to level 18. Let's bring the Gladiator to level 18 as well. A human melee unit that gains bonus damage and attack speed for each nearby enemy. Becomes invincible and gains AoE attacks for 2 seconds when health goes below 50%. Next milestone also is level 20. Display of Might. Become invincible and gains slash attacks for 2 seconds. The first time his health goes below 50%. Triumph. Gains plus 15% damage and plus 50% attack speed for each enemy nearby over 1. Max 5 stacks. Pierce. Plus 30% damage versus armored. Any soul ability? Darn. Okay, let's bring it to level 18. Now that's at level 18. Let's upgrade our fairy to level 13. A flying elf support that heals allies in a large area. Prioritizes allies with low health. The next milestone is again level 20. Mass heal. Healing orb restores 10 HP in a small area and cures poison and injuries. Ethos of life. Cannot heal undead or robot units. Oh darn. On to level 13. Alright. Now we have a Lancer and a Saint and a Vampire. We'll start with the Lancer. You get to go to level 14. An elf melee fighter that wields a long-range lance that can hit flying units. Next milestone, level 20. Reach may attack flying units. Stab has plus 70% damage versus armored. Bring it up to level 14. Level 14. Now for our Zodiac Saint. A human support unit that casts an anti-range bubble centered on itself. All non-armored units within gain defense against ranged attacks. Saint's Barrier Aura grants plus 55% resistance versus range to all non-armored allies. To level 18 you go. Next, my Lunari Valkyrie Vampire. A flying undead armored unit that lands when it attacks its foes. Each unit defeated heals the vampire for 15% of its HP. Next milestone, level 20. Blood Frenzy. Attacks restore 5 health to nearby allied vampires. Undead, cannot be healed, immune to maim. Ooh, level 18. Let's go. So I guess that's everything. Except these. Now we go on to the second archers and rogues and tanks and paladins and yada yada yada. A basic human range that shoots arrows from a long range, great against all types of melee units. Has 30% damage versus melee. Go to level 2 Pixel Pink Archer. That thing's pretty cute. A flag bearer, Ubuchu flag bearer. Captain Flag grants inspiration to all allies in a small area. Inspired units gain 30% damage. They hold the flag to inspire nearby allies, boosting their damage. We already upgraded that to level 2. I'm going to upgrade everything to level 2 before I upgrade anything to level 3. Kisaka Toriyama Rogue. A human assassin that's fast, evasive, and deadly. Searches for enemy ranged and support units to swiftly take them down. Elusive has 50% resistance versus ranged. Rogue's Evasion gains 50% resistance versus all while moving. Now it's at level 2. Now for my Kisaka Toriyama tank. A basic human armored unit with high defense, but low attack. Shielded has plus 10% resistance versus ranged. Now it's at level 2. And we can take a quick look at our double agent warrior, a basic human melee unit that deals high damage to armored opponents and reduces their ability to heal. Great against all types of armored units. Pierce has 30% damage versus armored. We'll upgrade you to level 3 later. Now for our punk paladin. Our punk paladin, a human armored unit who lacks range defense but receives bonus healing. Anointed. Healing received increased by 20%. Chainmail has 50% resistance versus melee. Now you're at level 2. I already upgraded the Barbarian, an N-Bates 93 Barbarian. A wild human melee unit that slashes all enemies within reach. Slash. Attacks deal damage to all enemies in range. Stab has plus 10% damage versus armored. We're already at level 2 there, though. But we will upgrade our Popcorn Bomber, a human ranged unit that tosses explosives from a short range, dealing high damage to everyone caught in the blast. Good against all types of melee units. Point has plus 10% damage versus melee. Demolition, plus 50% damage versus buildings. Ooh. Uh-oh. I can't place unit with invalid type. Alright, well, our bomber's at level 2 now. I guess we will move on to the Buster. A glitched Buster skin. A fast robot assassin that detonates itself to deal massive damage. Sudden Boom, plus 10% damage versus armored. Robot cannot be healed. Immune to maim. Demolition, 50% damage versus buildings, just like the bomber. Here it is, level 2. Next we go with a Mojo Healer. Look at that. A basic human support unit that heals nearby allies. Healing Orb projectile heals allies in a small area, restoring 2 HP and curing poison and injuries. Ethos of Life. Cannot heal undead or robot units. There we go, level 2. What else will I upgrade? I'll upgrade the Berserker. A Philodoxical Berserker, a wild human melee leader, boosts damage to nearby melee units. Berserk. Narrow Aura grants plus 10% damage to nearby melee allies. Lingers 5 seconds. 5 whole seconds. Now it's at level 2. Now we'll upgrade our Centurion, a human armored tank leader. Boosts the defenses of other nearby armored units and resists range damage. Shielded. Plus 30% resistance versus ranged. Tetsudo. Narrow Aura grants plus 10% resistance to armored allies. Now you're at level 2. Congratulations, Water Centurion. And now for a Demeter... Oh wait, I already did the fairy. We're not going to upgrade the fairy again. We'll upgrade it later. Thunderbird Flying Rogue. A flying human assassin that targets support and flying enemies. Aim has plus 30% damage versus melee. Welcome to level 2. Next, the Lixie Monk. A human support that heals nearby allies while fighting in close combat. Mantle of Vigor. Narrow aura grants 1 HP. Regeneration every 6 seconds. Lingers 5 seconds. Ethos of Life cannot heal undead or robot units. Level 2. Welcome in. Now for a Musketeer, a Bugoid Musketeer. A human ranged fighter that boosts the attack power of nearby ranged unit, prioritizes attacking ranged enemies. Aim has 30% damage versus melee. Crosshairs boost allied ranged unit damage by 10%. Cool. I think everything is at level 2 now. Nice. I'm gonna go to the store and, I don't know, buy some cupcake chests, because I think that's all I can really do with this. Eight rogue, 1 candy token, 50 gold. Another one. 10 lancers scrolls, a token, 75 gold. 8 archer scrolls, a token, 50 gold. 10 healer scrolls, a token, and 75 gold. 5 warrior scrolls, a token, 100 gold. 10 more lancer scrolls and 75 gold token, and 5 archer scrolls, token, 75 gold. 8 flag bearers, a token, and 50 gold. 5 tank, 1 token, 75 gold. Let's do one more. 8 archer, Let's open a mythic box. 17 rogue scrolls, 8 paladin scrolls, 3 fairy scrolls, 500 gold. Hey, that's a warlock, right? 7 warlock scrolls, 3 berserker scrolls, 6 lancer, and 18 flagbearer scrolls. Do another one. 18 rogue scrolls, 6 lancer scrolls, 3 gladiator scrolls, 500 gold. Let's do another one. 15 flagbearer, 5 barbarian, 3 shinobi, 60 meat. Meat is really good. Alright, now I could use that. I think that's like an Amazon or something. Plus 18 archer, 9 healer, 3 of that. Fairy. Okay. Oh yeah. 10 Warbeast scrolls, 5 mage scrolls, and 5 balloon buster scrolls. Let me see if I can upgrade one of the... Yes, I can upgrade the Amazon now. Let's just do it. A elf melee unit that can benefit from boons and buffs as if they were every other type of melee unit. Except mythics and legendaries, Amazons are weak in normal battles, but extremely powerful in the Dungeons game mode. Next milestone, level 10. Brawl and Pierce, plus 20% damage versus melee and armored. Melee prowess. Counts as a warrior, barbarian, lancer, berserker, and gladiator for purposes of receiving buffs and boons. Wow. Now that's at level 6. Okay, that was a lot of stuff. I think I want to play some cards now. But first... Okay, I think I've got what I needed to do. We have 8 minutes until the battle. I'm watching some streamers play Mario Party 5. You'll never guess who's playing Mario Party 5 right now. I really should try the Tri-Peaks. Only after I've played some of my favorite ones, you know. I don't know if you can hear the ad, but it's pretty loud on my end. Oh, I was gonna play some music, but I won't play. That's weird. Oh, it seems like all my streams just suddenly stopped. Is my internet doing alright? I don't think so. So I'm gonna wait. Now it plays. Just waiting. And you know what? Just keep playing. Let's just play. Wow. 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Not a record, but 94 games have been played and won with a 100% win. Let's do a harder one. Play the music. Guess I'm not setting any records. 2 units replaced. Heck yeah. My frames are dropping. That's unfortunate. Goodness, why didn't I think of that? Maybe that's better? No, it is better. Hello. Wax Elf from Shell. I don't think I've seen you before.